Alright, this is the last one. Let's go. Welcome to What If Deku Was Nemesis, part 3. Let's go. And before we start this, what sucks is that, for some reason, my stuff doesn't allow me to do subtitles, which I find odd, but it's I can't do anything about it because, there are some people from different countries that know different languages that they're more comfortable with that I do not know how to speak, so, yeah. But, understandable. People have comfortable shit they want to speak in, but, I only know U.S. I can't speak Spanish. I know bits and pieces, mainly if people are talking shit, right? Right? But other than that, that's about it. Yeah, but, yeah. Now that it's ready, let's go. Now, we last left off with Nemesis literally floating down Shit Creek, and Aizawa being extremely sussed out about Izuku. Because Izuku does not trust him. We're shit. Not in the slightest. So, then, they started rotating people out with Aizawa. We're just gonna jump straight in. They switched Aizawa with Night Eye. Right? And, the entire time that Night Eye was there, Izuku was watching a lot more closely. Right? And it's weird, because, Night Eye, I'm giving his quirk a bit of a boost. Almost like the mask Deku. When he's wearing the mask, he could see the possibilities and what would happen completely to a T. And, not oh, this is what might happen type shit. Nah, he could see what happens. He sees that if he takes any form of aggressive stance or hostile action towards Inko Midoriya, this baby will fucking kill him. And it's and the entire time, there's he attempts to dodge. It doesn't work. And then that's when it clicks. He protects Mom. That's why he killed that dude. It starts making more sense. Because in a month, Izuku doesn't know how to talk complete sentences, but he knows how to say his name, his mother's name, and ask for food. Because the speaking is fucking strange to him. Talking is weird to him. So, he doesn't intrinsically like it. He doesn't hate it either. It's well, shit, I'm gonna have to live with this shit. God damn it. But, yeah, no, Izuku's just kind of as soon as, Night Eye did that the first time, he kind of tensed up. And his eyes went wide, holy shit. And then he just looks at Izuku. And Izuku gives him a knowing look. He doesn't know completely about Night Eye, right? But he knows what his quirk is at this point, because he is still an All Might fan. Much more viciously, however, because he sees All Might as a possible threat. But he sees the fact that, okay, he's non-hostile. Matter of fact, he's mostly a passive mob until either someone attacks him or someone just does bad stuff. And his sidekick, Night-Eye, has talked about being able to see the future. Izuku knew as soon as he see Night-Eye, there would be some fucking issues, because they would know that, okay, this kid is completely alright with killing people. Which he is. Like, there's no way for me to put it elseways. He is completely fine with killing people, as long as they cause a threat to his family. So, when it comes down to that, you watch what the fuck you do and say. So, as soon as Night-Eye brings that to the hero director's attention, the director's like, oh, so what you're telling me, we have a homicidal baby? Yes. Yeah, no one expected to say that today. Okay. Hey, if this is some elaborate joke with fucking Eraserhead, I'm gonna be mad. Just to let you know. I'm gonna probably fire you. That's the level of, the fact of, homicidal baby. Okay. It has already killed someone, though. Right? So he has more inclination to believe it. But, when he describes, any hostile action, just in general, hostile action towards him, his father, or his mother, especially his mother, he figures out, probably the most painful ways happen to his father and his mother. If you fuck with him, you're gonna get it quick. If you fuck with, his parents, you're going to die slowly and screaming. Which, when they hear that, it's it's one of those situations to where, okay, I really hope you're joking now. Because if this is a joke now, you need to drop it. And you need to tell me what the fuck's actually going on. Because this chick is still in disbelief. Just what the fuck is this man saying to me? A homicidal baby, ma'am. What? Imagine hearing that shit and you're just okay, that's still a child. We can't do anything about it. We watch him. We could watch him. Technically, by law, we have to watch him. But I don't know what the fuck to do. And then it comes to Izuku's first day of school, right? You can immediately tell he hates being away from his mother, right? He fucking doesn't like it. It's something in the back of his head telling him, nah, I must stay with mom. They see it as Izuku being a mama's boy, when in reality, he's I'm going to kill anyone that makes her sad. Make her shed one tear, I will make you scream for years. That's the level of shit that Izuku's on. Just dear God, no, please God. So, in this time frame, I'm gonna say about 2 months have passed. Mr. X has unfucked his kneecaps and has been tasked with watching Inko for the day because the father could handle himself. He could breathe fucking fire. So what happens is interesting. One moment, I'm sorry. Just one quick moment. Alright, we back. I just needed to blow my nose. But, Izuku. Like, Mr. X is watching Inko from a distance, not being spotted because he has the whole black trench coat and, like, fedora and, like, glasses. Why? Because he needs to, like, play a part correctly. He needs to play, like, a superpowered homeless person. Like, that's just kind of wandering around in the same direction, you know? Because he still smells like shit. Like, I don't know what else to put it. And he doesn't look like how he used to. He's Mr. X now. He doesn't have fingerprints. He doesn't have a file. But regardless, the fact is Izuku and Mr. X are still doing this. Regardless, back to Izuku. Izuku meets, like... Fuck, I forgot Duplo Arms' name again. Which, like, I enjoy his character, but I keep forgetting his fucking name. Yeah, no, he basically meets him, right? And he finds Duplo Arms enjoyable. He doesn't speak much. He doesn't care about Izuku acting strange like the other people. Like, Izuku absorbs knowledge when he's at school. Like, they think at this point Izuku has, like, somehow got multiple quirks because of his, like, array of cancer. Like, at this point, because they don't know what the fuck is going on with this child. This is him, like, in preschool and kindergarten. Like, he kind of grows up with, Duplo Arms, right? He's in the same neighborhood. It's basically the same joint, right? And, like, Izuku's getting bigger and bigger, right? It's not, like, a fast process, but it sure as shit ain't a slow one. Like, Izuku's, like, second tallest in his class. Well, tallest in his class without a quirk. Work, because some dude had a fucking stretchy quirk and he could stretch his fucking limbs out. Which, he's like, But, regardless of the fact, he's like, well, I'm gonna deal with this my way. I don't really care. Like, and if people, like, talk shit about his mother, like, it's not like an immediate kill function. It's like, well, what do you say? It's like, stop talking trash. It's like, what you gonna do? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. like, and people, like, already know, like, Izuku's violent. They have to watch him. So, like, when people, like, basically hear about Izuku's quirk and what it did out the womb, like, people kind of tell people to stay away from him. Like, Izuku kind of becomes an outcast because they kind of have to tell people, right? Like, they can't just fucking not tell the people, right? But, like, him and Duplo Arms are still friends. Like, regardless of his mother's and father's chagrin, like, they're still friends. Which makes Inko and gives, like, Izuku some jitters. Like, he's like, yeah, friends. Like, it's one of those situations where, like, he is also on the, like, almost a protection list. One day, he's just kind of walking around, armed with Duplo Arms. Now, this is, like, before Duplo Arms got that entire, like, oh, I became self-conscious because of my big-ass mouth. Like, I don't know, like, Never mind. I was about to say something that's fucked up. But, yeah, no, Izuku and him are basically at the park, right? And that's where the Katsuki thing would happen. But instead of being on some random ass kid, it's on, like, Duplo. Which, it doesn't send Izuku into, like, I'ma kill you state. But it's just like oh, we're fighting now. And Izuku has control of his quirk, and he's not trying to kill him. He's trying to hurt him, yeah, he's not trying to kill him. Like, Izuku has a difference because as adults, because he has basically been and like taught common sense and learning common sense extremely quickly by watching how kids are fucking up and learning by themselves. So, yeah. It's just kind of like, huh, interesting. So, when Katsuki, like, and this is when they're, like, 3, right? Izuku and Duplo Arms, they're their people, right? But, like, as soon as Katsuki, like, pushes him, there is a plastic bucket on his head. Izuku grabs both sides of it and knees him directly where his nose would be on the bucket. Just like fucking breaking the bucket and like causing Katsuki to start crying. Crying. Right? And like Izuku didn't knock him unconscious, but like that shit hurts because he brought his knee up and Katsuki's head's down. Like, it almost knocked him unconscious. But Katsuki's friends tried to get involved now, which was a terrible idea because they all got their ass beat by one person. Like, it wasn't even a challenge for Izuku. He just found them like insects. And he's like, alright, come on, let's go before our parents get here. And he basically walks off with Duplo Arms. And walks Duplo Arms home, and like, alright, I'm gonna go home. And it's like, but don't you want to keep playing with toys? Yeah, sure. And it's like, Izuku's kind of gullible. But, like, he's growing out of that phase kind of quickly. He's like, yeah, let's play with toys. Anyways, like, he may be extremely intelligent, but granted, he's still a child. He's a child that, like, kills people, but still a kid. But, yeah, no, just, when, like, they go back to the preschool, Izuku finally realizes the fact that, oh, this Katsuki kid has been in my class. Like, yes, and like, Katsuki just kind of looks at him. Katsuki got humbled. Humbled, because that was a one-move checkmate, go to sleep. Like, and they didn't think that, oh, Izuku wouldn't mess with us because as this kid, like, no. But then, like, Izuku and Duplo Arms, well, mainly Izuku, get called into the fucking, like, the equivalency of the principal's office, right? And, like, their parents are there and shit. and, like, Izuku's just kind of, like, looking at Katsuki and all these people, and unknowing to them, like, Mr. X is outside. Hide a bit down the street, being able to, like, see into the window through a reflection of, like, a car window. Like one of those. But, so, like, the principal explains to both of them what happened. Like, the parents. Well, more like Mitsuki does, and like Mitsuki's taking a hostile fucking tone, and because it's Mitsuki. And like Izuku just flat out says in like, don't yell at my mother. Just like flat fucking, which Izuku talks, but like he talks with gravitas. Like, Izuku doesn't talk unless it's needed. He did, and he said that on like. Granted, Izuku may be small, but like he has an unusually deep voice, like for him being so young. And he just says, first off, and he points at Bakugo, your little gremlin pushed my friend. So don't even be on me with that. and then he points at the other three. Hey people, granted, I can understand why they jumped in. Because I put a bucket over his head, kicked him once, and that's all that I was gonna do. Because he only pushed him once. They tried to get in. They tried to use their quirks. I used mine. I beat them. Eat them. Learn. And he points at Katsuki. Learn to keep your hands to yourself. Oh, and learn some respect. You learn how to be a parent. I ain't got a problem with these three. And during, like, after that is said, with like a tone that kind of left some tension, like, and he just says, these people, I don't got no problem with. Y'all did what you were supposed to do. In the situation. You tried to help your boy. But you stay away from him. Because if you come at him again, I'm gonna come for you. And that's gonna be end of discussion. He points at the other three. I apologize as for having to do that. To you three. But you, points at Katsuki, you deserved it. Deserved it. The entire way. There is zero reason for me not to do that if you try that again. And threatening with explosives. What's wrong with you? You could scar somebody. Little eco-terrorist. And as soon as the word eco-terrorist flew from his mouth, just like, all the parents just kind of like, oh, what the fuck? Just like, why does he know these words? Why? I'm like, Katsuki's confused, like, what's a terrorist? Terrorist. It's like, why is everyone so, like, jaw dropped? And Inko's like, Izuku! It's like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just telling the truth, damn. Like, it's one of those situations to where, like, his father's proud of him. And at the same time, like, he can't condone this behavior fully in front of his mother. Like, it's like, that is definitely my son. Like, yeah, that's my boy. Alright, but like, the fathers of these three kids just kind of look at their kids and it's like, is this true? They all kind of nod. I was like, yeah. And then, like, Mitsuki just kind of looks down at Bakugo. Bakugo already gets the vibe in the room. He's not going to lie himself out of this. He could try, but, like, his alibi is kind of just like, he apologized to us, so we're good. Because they kind of, everyone in the room kind of got a feeling of, like, oh, he is completely fine with doing this against people. Like, people, especially dumb people that try to fight him. And that was like a year and a half of him being like in school. He was about to go to actually go to grade school. And yes, I'm using like American schooling procedure because I don't know how the fuck that Japanese shit works, dude. I just don't. Oh, I can't understand it, therefore I'm not going to. And I'm just gonna supplement it with the US version, the one that I know good enough. So, it's been 25 minutes. Now what? Fuck it. I'm gonna give y'all a bit longer because I'm having fun with this. I'm having like a lot more fun with this than I anticipated. Thank you, Night Beast. Fucking hell. But, yeah. What happens with Izuku kind of after that? Like, they try to tell him you have to apologize to Bakugo, and he just flat out says, no, I'm not. I'm not gonna. And it's like, if you want it to mean anything, I'm not gonna. Like, and Inko and, like, Hasashi are like, he has never been so against something. Like, damn. Like, usually he would be like, okay, this is the first time Izuku got in, like, real trouble. And he's like, I did nothing wrong. Like, why am I getting punished here? And yeah, like, I'm gonna apologize to him. And I'm getting the same vibe. He sure ain't gonna apologize to me and mean it. So why should I give a sincere apology? It would be a waste of my breath. Just like he is a waste of oxygen. Anyway, fuck. He does not say that, but fuck. He's gonna be saying that soon, though. Jesus. But, Izuku kind of during that time span, right, is like, he gets grounded until he, like, apologizes. And Izuku's completely fine with it because he could read. Like, and then they start taking the books away. Since they never, like, designated what he's supposed to do when he's grounded, homie just chills in his room. Like, he's like, unless he hears someone's at the door, he's like, skitters out and looks, because he still has to protect his family. But, yeah, no, to be all honest with you, Izuku's just like, for like the first week, and Izuku and them are like, they are not getting any response. And it's like, are you going to apologize to him anytime soon? And this is like the father over dinner. Like, and this is like the first weekend. Then he's like, I'm not going to apologize. I have no reason. I have nothing to apologize for. I defended a friend. And he's like, and he realizes that, oh god, he got my stubbornness. It's just Hasashi, just like, oh fuck. He got my patience and my stubbornness. And he's super intelligent. This is gonna be a bitch. He just realizes this, just like, oh no. This sucks. But, yeah, no, oh no. Oh, Izuku's just giving off that energy of, I'm not gonna apologize. So after the third week, almost a fucking month, they're like, alright, fine. Fuck it. Like, fuck it. Here. Like, take this. Take your shit. Dude, just try not to do it again. Like, when mom's not at home, Izuku hasn't been being like, the punishment has not been enforced. You know? Because Hasashi kind of like, you did good. Like, you did good, kid. You defended your people. Now, meanwhile, during that, like, Kotsky did apologize to Duplo Arms, but like, Duplo Arms accepted it, quote unquote, because he had to. Like, and then, like, after 3 weeks of Izuku being grounded over, he's like, alright, I'm in grade school. And it's like, he basically wrote out the entire time of him being grounded in kindergarten. So, like, once he gets to grade school, things start to change. I might make a 4th one. Nah, fuck it. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop this video here. I'm gonna edit another one tomorrow. I'm gonna slap it in this bitch. And at maximum, you might have like an hour-long video tomorrow. I mean, like, when you see this. It might just end, and almost immediately another video will start. Which, personally, sounds kind of cool. But, yeah, no. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of Fallout 4. Because I just got the Nuka World DLC. Well, it's not like I just got it. It's more like I forgot I had it. So, and it's been a while since I played Fallout. But, yeah, I hope all of you have joy. Later. Like, comment, sub, all that shit. Goodbye. Alright, now this was funny. I'm putting this in the middle of this because, man, I want you to imagine me eating some fucking cereal and, like, taking a sip of coffee and then just seeing that shit notification slap a host Sunday and the look of my stupid ass looking hella confused. But, yeah, no, that was me. But, yeah. On to the next video. Hello everyone, so we're back with the grade school part. By the way, like, a surprising amount of this may or may not be focused on Izuku's childhood because of the things going on in the background and people getting killed, etc. And we're starting off with Izuku. First day, first grade, let's go. Like Izuku and Duplo Arms, still chilling, right? At this point in time, they basically spent a lot of time with each other. Granted, Izuku couldn't go out to play, like, a lot because, his mother. But when, like I said, when mom was at work, the grounded was lifted, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't matter. Izuku could go fuck around with his friends, and his mother knew. Because he didn't really care, right? But when it comes down to, like, Izuku and how he acts now, he could have gone to grade school a lot earlier. But, like, Izuku clearly wanted to stay with his friend, so they didn't push it. So, like, at this point is where the little posse of Katsuki's is getting bigger and more steam. Right? And at this point, like, fuck, when did that happen in canon? No, fuck it, I'm gonna just make it earlier. Duplo Arms has the mask on. Which, like, Izuku tries to tell him, well, fuck these other people, they don't matter. Like, that's the type of thing he's trying to point out. Why give a fuck about some random ass person's opinion? Like, and he's starting to get through, but, like, the bullying is still happening to Duplo Arms. And Izuku knows about it, So, like, God, I think it would be Izuku fighting, like, would end up fighting, like, someone, like, 2 years older than him. Him, like, outside. Because I'm kind of going off of what my school did. Because it basically had 2 separate playgrounds. Like, one for kindergarten kids and shit. And one for the, people that are about to leave, like the 6th graders and shit. So, like, at random, like, Izuku walks up to this kid. Now, granted, Izuku hasn't hit his growth spurt yet. Izuku still looked like a baby. Right? But, like, in the middle of his conversation, I'm gonna say this guy's name is Rick. Right? And he is talking to, like, 2 of his friends. Specifically, like, Duplo Arms was basically kind of pressured into telling Izuku, hey, who are the people that are giving you problems? Like, and these 3, Rick, Todd, and Joe, are talking, right? And Izuku, like, kind of just walks behind Joe, which is kind of the de facto leader of the group. He has an ice-based quirk. For some reason, people fawn over him because he's a rich, pretty boy, fucking. And Izuku doesn't fuck with that. Like, he doesn't care how old you are. If you fuck with his people, he will fuck with you. Like, he will actually beat the shit out of you. So, like, what happens is, he walks behind this kid. And, like, they don't notice Izuku. All the way up until, like, Izuku kicks the back of dude's knee, causing him to fall forward. And him turn around and get fucking sucker punched. Just fucking... And, like, sleep. Like, Izuku made his ass go night-night immediately. Like... Yeah. And then the other 2 are like, what the fuck? Like, and as Joe falls over, Izuku's like, I heard y'all were talking shit. Hey, y'all motherfuckers gonna learn some manners today. Like, and in the middle of that, they're like, alright, kid, fucking come here. Like, because this kid's like, God, like, they're confused on how he took down someone damn near twice his size. Eyes. But he's like, alright, fuck you, kid. I'm gonna beat your ass. So, what happened then is, like, one guy threw a punch, and let's just say, as soon as that punch was thrown, it was caught, and, they didn't have a good time, okay? During that instance of him throwing the punch, Izuku caught it, pulled him down to his level, and headbutted the shit out of that man. And meanwhile, the other kid basically kicked Izuku in his rib, and he has a strength-based quirk, so it kind of kicked. And, like, for the first time, Izuku felt pain, like, because it actually made him stumble. Which pissed Izuku off a little bit. And by this point, there's, like, some people were watching this. Listen, there was almost like a mosh pit. Oh my, more of like the no escape circle, right? The thing that people do where you make sure they cannot leave this fight. You can't run. Like, so, not only is their reputation on the line, there is just how people act. Like, because this kid just walked up, knocked out Joe, and just proceeded to beat the shit out of, like, his best friends. And like, Duplo Arms, like, sees, like, Izuku fucking, like, walking over there before this was happening. He's like, God damn it. Like, he knew what Izuku was gonna do. Right, he was gonna... And he knew that Izuku was gonna make him stop. Like, and he knew that it was gonna be violently, under threat of violence, right? It wasn't like oh, hey, stop messing with my friend. It was gonna be oh, I'm gonna make you learn a lesson. Like, I'm gonna teach you fear. Like, because after Izuku, like, knocked the other dude unconscious with the headbutt, he then proceeded to tackle dude to the ground, punch him 4 times in the mouth, grab him by his hair, stand up with him, and says, listen here, you little shit. You could tell how both of you fucking boyfriend, and that if they fuck with mine again, they fuck with my boy, I'm going to rip your spines out. So you could do what you were born to do. Writhe around and bitch and moan like fucking worms. I fucking dare you. Be on that shit with me. And I dare you to snitch. Like, it's one of those situations to where he is threatening, oh yeah, no, I'll get in trouble once. But they won't find your body. Like, it's one of those situations to where if somebody snitches, they're gonna get it. And like, they weren't kind of liked too much except for Joe, right? And Joe was starting to lose favor with people, right? It was kind of on his decline of his social standing. And after that, Izuku headbutts him, knocks him unconscious, and he begins to hear, hey, move, out the way. And, like, almost immediately, he, like, clearly some people hear it, other people don't. He hears the fucking dean pushing his way into the center, and he's like, yo, scatter, it's the dean. And he just fucking basically bulldozes, forces people to scatter, like... Which then, like, Duplo Arms was still kind of just watching from afar. And Izuku just runs up with him and he says, come on, the bell's about to ring, we gotta get in line, come on, let's go. Like, and as he says that, the bell rings for them to get in line. And Izuku just kind of looks at himself because there was... Izuku made some, like, Joe lose his, like, one of his front teeth. And it was one of his permanents. So, like, that shit got out real early in his life. So, like, they try, like, some people try to snitch and some people defend Izuku, like Duplo Arms, because sometimes you lie for your friends. Like, not all the time, it depends on what you're lying for, but after, like, how many people were with Izuku and how many people were against Izuku, it's like there's more of a margin that, like, Izuku did nothing wrong. He was just in the crowd like everyone else. Right? So, like, Izuku already got respect off of, like, most of the higher graded students, you know? Like, people that were getting fucked with by this guy because he just didn't like mutants specifically, or people with just mutations. Which basically caused Izuku to be, like, have friends that could do kind of scary stuff. But it's kind of so-so. Izuku, during this time period and in his life, there has been more clashes with him and Katsuki about Duplo, because Duplo doesn't fucking defend himself properly. Like, Izuku taught Duplo Arms how to throw hands. It's just that Duplo Arms doesn't want to. So, like, Izuku's basically been playing fucking bodyguard through most of his time. Granted, Duplo Arms, like people like Joe and his boys would, like, get together and, like, try to hunt Izuku down and jump him, like, because let's be real, this fucking kid basically ran up on me and beat the shit out of me. Like, he could have swore he's seen like 3 people, but no, it was just this one kid that hit him with a haymaker. Like, and he's fucking mad. So, to try to get his reputation back, he's got people together. He paid some people to help him jump Izuku. So, this is like, I don't know, maybe a week, maybe 3, about 3 weeks after the whole incident happened. And Izuku, like, drops Duplo Arms off at his house and he starts walking home. Right? Keep in mind, he's like first grader still, but like they live extremely close to the school. It'd be a waste of gas. Like, it's one of those. But Izuku, being how Izuku is he takes shortcuts, quote unquote. Like, he takes the scenic route. He likes walking near the parks and stuff. Which, like, usually doesn't have a lot of people around. This being one of those times. But Joe and his people, a group about 10 people, were waiting for Izuku. And they jumped him. After he turned a corner, Izuku got hit in the face, but he didn't flinch. But it hurt. He still didn't flinch. However, like they expected him to. So what happened was pretty crazy. Because what happened was straightforward. After, like, the first guy got, like, a sucker punch off of Izuku. Like, Izuku wrenched his arm out of his socket. Both of them, i.e. his shoulder and his elbow, just snapped that shit. And then he straight up broke dude's arm. Like, there wasn't any hesitation. Well, actually, no. It's more like he broke his wrist. Like how he did with the doctor. But, Izuku seeing like 5 people in front of him, well, 4 officially, and 5 people behind him, he's like, oh, I've seen this. This is something called being jumped. And he's like, oh, I pissed him off. Like, so what would end up happening is the following. I want you to imagine Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance, but with 10 people. Izuku did them fucked up. Like, I don't know what else to say. Izuku may be young, but he like, is a bioweapon. Like, I don't know what else to say. Hey, his function is literally to commit bodily harm to humans. That his regeneration, his bone density, and all this other shit that just outclass people. Granted, like, Izuku is still small, but like, since the baby, well, like, Izuku's like the virus that is basically Izuku, who has been, how do I say it, in a ever-growing body, which would be Izuku's, because they basically kind of have a symbiosis going on, but like the virus is in control of the body properly. And Izuku's just kind of along for the ride. Like, Izuku can't really do anything. The virus is doing everything, but it's going off of information that Izuku processes. But the interesting thing is, like, Izuku's, like, absorption of knowledge never decreased. Because the parasite made sure that Izuku could function in the most efficient when it came to learning, as well as understanding. And to be quite honest with you, the fact that Izuku watches All Might videos and like just fighting vids of like heroes fighting villains, and it's popularized and it's fucking crazy. Like, Izuku doesn't give a fuck. He's doing things to people that really should only be done to, like, people that are trying to kill you. But, like, Izuku being how he is doesn't care. Like, I want you to imagine the equivalency of you attempting to fucking, like, punch through a wall. Izuku just needs to poke that shit and it's basically broken. Like, Izuku in his strength doesn't matter. Right? His strength is already beyond bullshit at a young age. But it's still advancing because the body is still evolving and adapting to Izuku's virus. Basically, when Izuku grows to full maturity, which has also been enhanced, he will essentially just stop aging because of the regeneration factor. And since, like, it doesn't really matter how hard you hit Izuku, he's just gonna basically brush it off. Right? You could use fire attacks and shit. Granted, it's gonna piss him off, like, really fucking bad. But, but, like, the more important thing is that something happens during this fight, because like when the first 5 people get downed in like the first couple seconds, they're like, oh no, like half of the other 5 people just look and fucking bail. Like, so like there's one guy that's about to bail but is still willing to fight. Like, all right, if so much as one punch happens, I'm running. Like, and Izuku's like, oh no, you can't run from me. Like, oh, you started this shit. Nah, you ain't going nowhere. Like, so he runs past them after the people that are running away. Like almost forgetting about the 3 people that are left there. And he, like, Izuku, like, basically Hulk jumps onto a dude's back and just slams his fucking forehead into the ground. And his ass is asleep with a concussion, and other dudes, like was running with him because they were both pretty fast. And, like, he just sees homie get fucking flattened, like, and he's like, oh no, and he just starts running faster and faster until, like, he feels like the entire weight of the world fucking slam into his back, causing him to hit the ground and roll a little bit because Izuku threw his friend at him. And he's like, oh, you think any of y'all are getting away? Nah, y'all are gonna be taking a sleep in the park today. Like, so unknown to him, like, Aizawa has just been watching this, and he's like, I don't know if I should get involved. Like, I was only told to watch, like, and make sure he doesn't kill anyone, right? So, like, after Izuku finishes other dude, like, the other, like, 3 people are, like, halfway down the street already. And Izuku's like, oh, this'll be fun. So he basically picks up 3 rocks. Y'all know where this is going. And they're pretty smooth rocks. He uses these to skip across a small lake. So what he does is pretty simple. 1 rock, and he throws that shit. 2 rock, 3 rock, and as the 3 rocks go, almost in fucking unison, these people fall over, not dead, but in pain, because Izuku was hitting their legs. Where specifically, you know, their calves, like right behind their knee, and right at the nip of their heels, i.e., like, right where that tendon is, like, and, like, when they get hit, like, they get cut a little bit by the rocks. So they, like, fall over, and they're like, oh, fuck. So, like, Izuku just runs. Full sprint. As Izuku is running, he's starting to leave, like, cracks in, like, the concrete, because Izuku's pushing himself, like, a lot more than he usually does to, like, get there quickly. And he's like, no, you don't get to run away from your consequences. Hello, my name is Consequences. I'm right behind you, and I'm coming for that ass. Like, Izuku in this, not feral state, but more just the energy of someone that has been done dirty and wants to get even. Like, so, when he gets to them, like, one of them were able to get up and start limping away. which is like a limped run. He runs past the other two downed people and just bull tackles homie that's running. And then just says, oh no, you're gonna catch this beating too, son. Just begins beating the shit out of him. Like, and as he's kind of entranced, he doesn't realize the guy with a backpack filled with fucking textbooks just sneak up behind him and fucking whip that shit to the back of his dome. Like, just a loud thwack. Whack can be heard as Izuku gets hit. That had a lot more mass behind it. That shit fucking hurt a lot. Like, which caused Izuku to almost like damn near flip off of him, because this is the dude with the strength ability, like his enhancement base quirk. So, like, when that happens, Izuku's actually, like, mad. Like, actually fucking upset. Like, because this is the second time this man had hit him. Like, and he just says, alright then, motherfucker, let's go then. And so, I want you to imagine, well, you don't really need to imagine it. Izuku just runs at him at top speed again. This man cocks his arm back and levies a punch directly at his head. What Izuku does is eats it. Like, no, and I don't mean he opens his mouth and he bites down on his fucking hand. Like, he's not trying to maim him yet. But Izuku basically, as he went in, jumped into the hand, grabbed dude's face and slammed him into a tree. Like, he now has a concussion and is knocked the fuck unconscious. And Joe, like, again, trying to run the fuck away. And he's like, he got hit in the back of the knee. His leg is fucked. Like, he could still use it if he gets, like, some ice on that bitch, but, like, Joe's kind of a bitch, so that's why he had friends that could fight. But, Joe's just kind of limping off, like, fuck, like, and Izuku just, like, does a simple jog. Well, to him, to everyone, it looks like, to everyone else, this looks like a simple jog for him. When in all reality, this is like a sprint. And he, like, what Izuku does, fucking punches the back of the same knee that he hit with a rock, which fucking hurts. It's not like the rock is in there, right? But, like, it cut a little bit of him. So, like, as he gets hit, he goes down to the floor and he's like, fuck. And he grabs him by his mouth, like, puts his thumb in his mouth, grabs him by basically the jaw and lifts him up to eye level with him. And he just smiles at him. And he just says, because of this shit, you know what I gotta do. Come on, puppy. And he's just basically fucking dragging him. Like, and he's basically just forced to go there. And he goes to the lake. He picks up Joe and throws his ass in the center of it. Like, not giving a fuck. And Izuku's like, how do you like them apples, bitch? I dare you to be on me again. Next time bring 20 so I could have more fun. Piece of shit. Cheap ass. Like, and he's just walking. He proceeds to go along his merry way. And Aizawa's just like, I was trying to cancel his quirk. Oh, wait, no, he's a mutation. Right. I forgot about that. Like, Aizawa kind of did a stupid, but Everybody gets one. And like, as Izuku just kind of walks off, gets out of eyesight, like, Joe comes out of the fucking lake, and he's like, oh, fuck. Like, he's just like mad that he got his ass beat again. Like, he's like, you know what? I know someone that could deal with this. I know someone exactly that could deal with this problem. But I need to get close to him, and I need to actually pay him significantly more money. Time to call my cousin. He's just like, and that's kind of where we leave off with a guy picking up his phone. He's like, yo, yeah, hey cousin, yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? I got my ass beat. It's like, what? But what? It's like, how? Why? And he's just like, to be honest, I've been getting fucked with by this kid, and then I proceeded to pay 10 people, including myself, to fight him. It went horribly wrong. Like, trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm innocent. Like, and he's like, okay. You want me to deal with it, don't you? Yes. Who is a Izuku Midoriya? And as soon as he hears that name, he's like, nah, fuck off. And he hangs up. And the camera looks up. Looks oddly familiar. Like John. You know? It's either John or Bob. Like, the guy with the animal sensing quirk. Like, the ability to give, like, basically preternatural instincts of, I need to fucking run. Like, and, the reason that he hung up on his cousin is because the doctor told him about the experience with that baby and what that baby did, like, and that baby's name. And like, the entire time, like, he's like, oh Lord Jesus, like, somebody help that boy, because I sure as shit ain't. And that's where we're going to end the episode. I hope all of you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. I've turned on the notification, become part of this weird and funny and fucked up community that we all have some sort of stake in. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed. Have a nice day.